Intellectual growth should commence at birth and cease only at death, said Albert Einstein. Fellow Toastmasters and honored guests, welcome to 590 Toastmasters meeting. Today I'm going to be giving my icebreaker speech. The title of my speech is Life, Love, and Gratitude. And through the course of the speech, I want to make sure that I get to share as much values and attributes that I've learned throughout my life and share it in a positive way with the fellow Toastmasters. I'm going to start off with life, and that's everyone can relate to this. And this is something which makes you more humble as you go along the way and you think about your childhood and how you've come across the way. 10th April 1992, Friday evening. I was born in one of the best hospitals in a city in North India called by the name Chandigarh. It's the capital of my province. And it was right on the Friday evening and right before the weekend. What more can you expect? And I was really a chubby, small kid playing around. I had an elder brother and elder sister. And as a result, of course, I used to get bullied a lot. They used to fight with me, throw me on the bed, play WWF with me. And most of the times, there was once, I remember once, my brother, he lifted me up and threw me on the bed. And I landed on my back. And it hurt so much that I thought I was going to die. And I ran all the way to terrace to my mom. She was washing clothes. And I told her, Mom, I'm going to die. Mom, I'm going to die. And she's like, just relax. I'm washing clothes. Let me wash clothes. And that's how it is. I mean, in India, parents are more focused on giving education to the kids and making sure that they get good education, which would eventually lead them to get a good job and make a more better future for themselves. And as a result, I used to get a lot of scolding from my mother. She used to force me to sit here and study math with her when I never wanted to touch anything that was pertaining to studies. And as a result, I got a couple scars on my left eye, on my right eye, on my forehead right here, and one on my back right here. And the good thing though is I never got a fracture. And it's very hard for someone to believe that I got so many scars on my face and I never got a fracture. But that's a good thing. I'm really lucky to not get a fracture. The city where I was born in, Chandigarh, it's the first planned city of India after independence. They divided the whole city into sectors, and I was part of one of the sector near the suburbs of the city. And it's called the Tri-City. There's 3 cities that are made near the capital of that province. And I was lucky to be studying in one of the best schools in my city. That's one of the reasons that I really got good in my communication skills, not just in India, but anywhere outside I go. People, when I came here in Canada in my first halfway through the year, they would be like, oh, I don't believe you're from India. And they're like, I am from India. They say, oh, I thought that people in India don't speak English. And I'm like, no, it's changing. India is really growing, right? And I studied in one of the best schools. Learned a lot from my teachers. They gave me good education. I still owe them for that. And there were a couple of things that were happening at the same time when I was in high school during grades 7 and 8. A couple of family problems happening in the house, which led to me going in my shell. And I came up with it as a different personality. I was completely transformed. All my focus was directly on studies. I wanted to be A+ in the class, nothing less. And that led to my transformation. Grades 8, 9, 10, I scored 90, 90, 90. And so on, I went to grades 11 and 12, and I started preparing for competition exams in India, which you need to do in order to get into the best universities in India. And all of a sudden, my dad is like, oh, by the way, we're going to Canada next year. And I'm like, what? What? Well, it came all as a surprise because at that time I was studying for exams in India and I was kind of more focused on getting admission in India. And he gives me this reply, and I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do. And with that, I had to leave my mom in India, and it was really hard for me to come here without my mom and not see her talking on the phone, but not able to see her face to face over the next many years. Now I'm gonna quickly go over to love, and here I'm gonna talk about my relationship with my mom. She is really my role model. Whenever I was here and I used to feel homesick, I used to think about her, and I used to think about the values she's taught me, about getting good education, not feeling down, being responsible, even though you're independent, still being responsible, and taking charge of your own life, rather than being a victim, be a leader of your life. So not focusing on because of this happened, because of that happened, but more like it was me that I didn't improvise on the opportunity that let that to happen. That's kind of the value she taught me. And same thing with my siblings. Both I live with them right now here, and we're really lucky to be living together. We are all working, and we have our own lives ahead. And it was actually funny that I saw my mom after 2 years, 9 months, and 23 days, and she came here this summer, and she was here for the summer 4 months, and she left at the end of July. It was one of the feelings that I would remember for sure. And lastly and quickly, I want to talk about gratitude, and I want to express this by a famous quote by John F. Kennedy. He says, "As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them." And gratitude comes in different ways. I try to volunteer every weekend whenever there's some event happening downtown. Last weekend I was volunteering for the CIBC Run for the Cure, and I really loved interacting with so many limitless happy faces around you. There was this right before the event, my brother was like, "Why are you volunteering? What would you get from it? There's no money, there's nothing they would give you." And I just gave him a calm and composed reply. I said that you don't need money to be happy. You don't need money to say that you've achieved something. It's one of the quotes that I really follow in my own life, is that take care of the relationships and the money will take care of itself. And with that, I'm done. I know I'm a little overboard, but I want to quickly show some of the pictures from which are gonna just highlight all the stuff. So this is me when I was a kid. That's my sister. This is a festival in India called Raksha Bandhan, in which they tie that thing knot on the hand, and that's supposed to mean that the relationship between the sister and the brother will stay strong no matter what. Anymore. That's me when I saw my mother, and that was after 2 years. Like I said, 2 years, 9 months, 23 days, and that was a really happy moment for me. And that's us, all of us together. So for now, it's just because I look different. I used to look different before, but me is on the extreme left right there. And this was the time when we went to Niagara Falls, all the siblings and mother right there, the top. And the last one, please. That's me when I was volunteering last weekend. This I want to talk about this lady and with a yellow kind of shirt, and she'd been volunteering for this event for I don't know how many years. And that I met her during the training, and she really inspired me to not just do something for money, but to run, to fight for a cause. And working with her was kind of a pleasure for me, working in the morning, even though it was 5:30 a.m. in the morning. I was still loving it. I was so energetic, and working beside her was one of the greatest things. And with that, I'm done with my icebreaker speech. Sorry for being overboard, and thank you guys.